So today we're talking customers. Just because they've bought from you once doesn't make them a customer. We've got to create them into absolute raving fans. Hi, it's Rupert, Action Coach Business Coaching from Kinross in Scotland. So today we're talking customers. And what I want to take you through is that ladder of loyalty. How do we take somebody through, not just to being a customer, to being an absolute raving fan? We have to just understand the journey that somebody goes on. So where do we start? Well, the journey starts with what I'd call a suspect. So a suspect is someone who fits your target market. They're someone who could buy from you. They may not even know you exist, but they're one of the people who fits that demographic. They are in the market for your particular product or service, and they're ready to become something more, but they're just part of that collection I call suspects. So there's something here, we've got to get their attention. We've got to get their attention, and actually they need to know we exist. And when they know we exist and they start looking as though they're going to become a customer, someone who's starting to make an inquiry, they become a prospect. So what's a prospect? Well, a prospect is someone who's in the market. They know you exist, they know about your product or service, and they could buy from you. So maybe they've made an inquiry, maybe you've prospected them, so they know about you because you've been in touch with them. They could buy your product, and critically, you have their details. So you need to be collecting the details of your prospects. So you've started to build a database. You know the people who are going to be talking to you. Because from a prospect, the next step we want them to take is we want them to buy from us. So does that make them a customer? No. Just because they buy from us, all they've become is one more step up the ladder. They've become a shopper. Yep, they've bought from you. They've bought once. They probably haven't got that loyalty with you yet because they've just popped their toe in the water and tried your service. What they have done is given you the opportunity to confirm their details. So with a shopper, we've confirmed their details. So we now know that the details that we've got about them are right, and we can start looking after them, delivering them that customer delight experience so that they come back. And when they buy from us a second time, conversion gets easier. So it's 60 to 70% conversion we're likely to get second time round. And it's much easier to get them to buy from us again and become a customer. So customers bought from us a couple of times. They know us, they've started to experience our service. The next moves down to us. What we've got to do is we've got to take them through an experience that brings them in and builds some loyalty. Because once they've bought a couple of times, the chances are they're going to keep buying if you look after them. So what do we need to do? We need to make them a member. We bring them in to be part of the club. So they've got to be part of an experience. So what's your club in your business that keeps your customers with you? What are the things that you can do for your repeat customers? People who you want to buy from you again and again and again. We've seen it with the big supermarkets. They've got loyalty schemes. They're collecting more and more data, which helps them deliver a more and more personalized service. What can you do in your business? For some people, it's as simple as a loyalty card. For others, it'll be a bit bigger. You know, there's a joining pack that the member gets when they're buying from you regularly. So they've got something that they can know about the services that you do. Another fantastic team exercise, because you can work these things up with the team and work out what can you deliver for your members. And you can be really innovative. But the important thing is that they're getting something extra because they're loyal. And the more loyal they are, the more that you can deliver for them. So that's a member, and a member's really valuable. But we've got to take them up another step. So this is still about building them up the ladder. And the next step gets really exciting because they become advocates. So they've been with your business, they know your service, And now they're going to start telling other people about your service. So the real power of an advocate is that they start to tell people about their experience. They start to expound on how good it was to be a customer of yours, to be a member of your program. They start encouraging other people in. And the real important thing here is you've got to keep delivering them a service which gets them talking. So have a look back at the video about customer delight, some of the ideas in there. Really start get people talking about you. But there's one step up the ladder yet that we can go, and that's to get a real raving fan. You see, the difference is that if you're an advocate, if somebody comes to you and says, I'm looking for a great plumber, then you're going to say, as an advocate, you're going to say, oh, you've got to go with Fred Bloggs Plumbing. And they'll start to talk to you about it. A raving fan is one step further. They start looking, they start anticipating, they start doing your selling for you. And how do we create someone into a raving fan? Well, we deliver them the benefits they want before they know they want them. So it's one of the tricks that you learn when you're starting to look after really big accounts. And this works on the really big corporate level, as well as on the individual customer level. You know, really big corporate clients. If you can get under the skin of that company, in the same way that if you can get under the skin of your members and really understand what drives them, then you can get one step ahead of them because you start thinking like they're thinking. So think of it on the company basis. If you understand the vision, the mission, the why for that company, and you could get there one step ahead, you're acting as though you're part of that company. You're there delivering what they need before they even know they need it. Why would they ever leave you? And you can do exactly the same with individuals, you know, with individual consumers. Because raving fans, we're not talking about everybody in your client base. We're talking about the 20% that give you the most business. You know, in most businesses, you're probably only going to get a handful of these. The more you can make, the better. You know, if you can have an army of raving fans, fantastic. But these are the real cream of your customer base that you've created into raving fans and will do you. That 20% are probably doing 80% of your business. So how much effort's it worth putting into that 20% if they're doing 80% of your business? It's worth doing a bit of research, getting under their skin, getting there one step ahead of them so that you're delivering what they want, when they want it, before they even knew they wanted it. And they're your raving fans.